Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be learning how to use context clues with AIDS. Again, we're going to be using context clues with AIDS. What is AIDS? We'll talk about that as we learned other acronyms with an Irish shampoo. We're going to do AIDS. So everybody should remember shampoo. That is for your figurative language. And Irish shampoo is for your figurative language. And we're going to be doing AIDS with our context clues. So what we are going to do, we're going to identify clues around unfamiliar words, words that we don't know. And what are we going to be using? What I call the AIDS strategy. Now, all students will learn how to identify the meaning of unknown words in a text. And we're going to learn using my AIDS strategy. AIDS, AIDS. We're going to look for clues around unfamiliar words. And this will help us do what? Pass the FAST test. So we're going to help you to pass the FAST test and become an expert. Let's go to the next slide. Now, why does it matter? Why you need to know this for the FAST test? On the FAST test, you'll see questions like, what does the word reluctant most nearly mean? And you're like, Miss D, I don't know. So we're going to be using little strategies, little things to help us find the meaning. So sometimes the answer is not in your dictionary. Sometimes you're going to have your ELL dictionary. Sometimes you're going to have other dictionary. But sometimes the meaning is not in your dictionary. So what must we use? Context clues. All right. What is A's? A is for antonym. I is for inference. D is for definition. E is for example. S is for similar word. A is for antonym. I is for inference. D is for definition. E is for example. And S is for similar word. Let's learn that. Just like we learned our shampoo, let's learn our aids. Just like a nurse's aid, just like other aids help you. Let's learn aids. So what is an antonym? An antonym is an opposite word. How do we know the opposite words? In the sentences, we need to look for a signal word. So write them down. Get a piece of notepaper and write them down. What are your signal words? So I'm going to give you a minute. Make sure you always have pencil and pen. Write them down. So your words are but, however, unlike, instead, in contrast. When you see those words, you may have an antonym. So, Jamal was timid. But, oh, that's a signal word. His brother was very bold. Okay, so I see the word timid. I see the word but. Now I need to look for a word that is opposite. What could that word be? Bold. So it gives you the opposite in this sentence. So if bold means brave, then timid must mean shy. Make sure you have that. Now let's go to the next one. Inference. So when we look at the word inference, sometimes we're going to look at what we know from before and kind of look at what we're learning, and then we can come up with an inference. Remember we did inference? Background information plus what we read and what is our new idea. That may be our inference. So what is our signal words when we're looking at inference? Our signal words, meaning, that is, in other words, which means. Yeah, those are our inference signal words. The desert is arid, A-R-I-D, arid, arid. I know you guys gonna do like, Miss, what that mean? That's meaning it receives very little rain. It told you the meaning. The word arid means very dry. Everybody understand that now? Make sure you know your signal words. Make sure we have them written down. Now let's look at the next one. Definition. That will help me to find the meaning of words I don't know in a sentence. A nocturnal animal is one that sleeps during the day and is active at night. Wait a minute. It just says it is. When we see the word is, that's helping us to get a definition. So a nocturnal. He sleeps during the day and is active at night. So that means nocturnal means what? Active at night. That's a part of it. I will take the whole sentence and say is one that sleeps during the day and is active at night. So he's like a little owl, right? Stays up all night, like a night owl. Now, our next letter is E. E is for example. Okay, what are my signal words? Such as, including, for example, and like. Write down your signal words, for example. What is my sentence here? Many predators, such as. Okay, so that means you're giving me an example. Lions, wolves, and hawks hunt other animals. Okay, so my predators are animals that hunt other animals. Because the such as is giving me the example. Everybody got that? Make sure you write down your signal words. Similar or synonym. The weather was frigid, extreme, cold, and icy. So the weather was frigid. Ah, frigid is a new word. But then it got to say extremely cold and icy. Oh, extremely could be very cold. So sometimes you look for things that are similar. Okay? So we did a few examples of aid. So again, make sure you write down your key words. The lake was tranquil, calm, and peaceful, without any waves. Okay, what's my word? I may not know tranquil, but it told me it's calm and peaceful. That's similar. So, which 8 clues help you? We use similar. The puppy was famished, so hungry that it ate its food in seconds. Okay, so I know it was very, very hungry. It ate its food in seconds. So you're telling me that famished means very hungry. Right, let's go to another one. Here, when you're looking for meanings, you read the whole sentence. You read the sentence before, you read the sentence after. And what are we going to do for? Look for our 8 clues. Look for antonyms. Look for inferences. Look for our definitions. Look for examples. Let's look for things that are similar. Then, after that, we're going to do what? Replace the word in the sentence with what we chose. And then we check. Does it make it right? Does it make it wrong? So, if I say to you here, the man was begrimed. Begrimed. Full of ashes and soot. SOOT. Oh, I know when ashes is on your skin, it makes you look clean or dirty. Someone tell me, does it make me look clean or make it look dirty? Again, what is my word that I just said to you? The man was Begrimed. Begrimed. No, I'm not putting up the sentence for you. I want you to think about it. What's the other things I told you? The man was begrimed and he had ashes and SOOT suit on his clothes. Now, does the word mean dirty or clean? So, every one of you know when somebody look ashy, what it means. So let's choose a word and then move on. So when you do your fast test, you may get questions like that. Okay, the man was Begrimed. Now, let's look at this sentence. The mountain trail was treacherous. Okay, but the smooth paved path nearby was easy to walk on. Oh, I see the word but. That's a signal word. So now, what does treacherous mean to you? Which clue typed help you? Was it antonym? Was it the inference? Was it the definition? Was it the example? Or was it similar? Write your answer down. So you may need to come to me and show me what does that word mean and which clue help you. Now, let's look at this one. The scientists studied marine animals such as dolphin, whales, and sharks. Let's think about it. What does marine mean? I know a dolphin, I know a whale, and I know a shark. So, which eighth clue helped you? Was it the antonym? Was it the inference? Was it the definition? Was it the example? Or was it something similar? Make sure you write that down. You need to show it to me as usual. So, strong readers always look for clues. A, antonym, which is opposite. I for inference, like that is. D is definition. E is when they give you examples. S is when you know something similar. So let's go ahead and use them and come ready to pass your fast reading test. Have an awesome evening, and you can look up other videos or use other examples you find, but we're going to always look for clues when we're trying to find meanings of words. Thank you again, and see you next